think we're live. Come on. Somebody. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Cooking with Hashtag. I'm Hashtag. What's up? How's it going? It's good to see you. Today we're kind of fit, kind of fat, represent. Anywho, for those of you that are heavily involved in my show, you'll know this is a show where we cook stuff for you guys here at home. Now, today we were going to cook a nice sort of like Cuban-y chicken type deal with some cotija cheese, and it was going to be very nice. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we've got these cool meals that were delivered to us. I'm going to add a little bit of something to it. I think my chicken's still good. I think we're okay with that. Now remember, this is an everyman meal. What's up, Scott? No, it is not a Jersey Shore dish, although that would be amazing. Not that kind of situation. So, a chicken situation is something from like a comedy routine. But that is very exciting to bring up the situation. Mike Sorrentino, I think his name was. Oh, that's a deep dive. Oh, please tell me. Oh, they did. Alright, so they washed my good knife. Don't put your good knives. Anyway. But yeah, so it's super exciting. Got a new show. Got the Facebook show. It's very, very fun. We're going to get this chicken out. I don't even know if you can see me right now. We're going to get the chicken out. The chicken's fine. It smells fine-ish. It smells fine enough. Get over there. Alright, so we've got a couple things going on here right now. We've got chicken. We've got chicken out. We've got some onions that I chopped up, and as I was chopping the onions, I was like, you know what? We should probably put this on the internet because I'm bad at this. So yeah, so here we are. Once again, cooking with Hashtag. I hope everybody's had a good day so far. It is, I don't even know, Tuesday maybe? But we got a lot to get accomplished today. All we really have right now are this thing from a company that does organic meal delivery. And I was like, as you can tell, I'm not telling you what their name is because I am wholly underimpressed by what they sent me. Coming from someone that's been a paid chef for Blue Apron and Green Chef and private residences, their food sucks. So like, chicken things, Aspen, what's up? How's it going? But yeah, so like, I took their thing off so you can see what they sent. Let me get in on this action here. This is what was sent to me, as though it was like, this is it. This is supposed to be shrimp and grits. That is embarrassing. Ugh. Don't do that to people. So we're gonna fix it up. We've got some chicken. So we're gonna do like a chicken shrimp grit thing. Now this looks like it also has like some kind of spinachy deal going on. So we're gonna add some onions and garlic and probably a little something, maybe some cilantro, maybe a vinaigrette type deal to that. And then we're going to add the chicken and the onions to this shrimp dish. This shrimp and grit deal that I'm dealing with right now, that's for sure. Good Lord. Looks like bad eggs and alien babies. You know what? You're probably right. It probably is. And I'm going to eat every bit of it as soon as I make it look delicious. How do you feel about that, folks? Aspen, it's so good to hear from you. I hope all is well. I wish I could dive into a personal chat right now, but this goes at usually my last Cooking with Hashtag had like 80,000 views, so we can just keep this fun and friendly. Although, what do you think of this shirt? My newest favorite thing. Literally the coolest brand of all time. Kind of fit, kind of fat. Just the best people. Making gains both ways. Barbells in the ramen. Like, come on. This is the best. I know, right? Alright, so what we're going to do, make sure our hands are clean. I, for some reason, still have chalk from climbing on, still have climbing chalk on my hands. But we're going to get these onions, we're going to cut up this garlic real quick. So we're actually going to just do a little bit of fast tracking. And smash that garlic. And just do a quick little deal here to get it nice and happy. We're gonna get this guy, same boat, nice and happy. And then we're gonna, okay, we've got a pot over some oil right now. We're gonna get these going real quick and just a little bit of a, can you hear it? Oh yeah, that's for you guys at home. All right, pot's going. Garlic and onions. Oh, getting happy already. I can smell it. That's so good. You know what we're going to do to that? We had about 2 tablespoons of canola oil in there. I'm going to throw a pat of butter because reasons. Just to get that a little bit happier. In keto, you got to add fat where you can. So that's what we're going to do. I don't have any nut butter, although I'd love to throw some in. I do have a lot of actual butter, and I have some rendered bacon fat that I might throw into this as well. Just cuz. Alright, so we're going to dive into this mess. As you can see, we've got some grit things, a couple shrimp. I think that's an artichoke heart? No. That is... maybe a mushroom? Maybe, no? Well, doesn't matter because it's gone now. Alright, we're going to get the veggies out. So, that's getting nice and happy. You can take a look at what that looks like in there. Yum. Alright. This is already cooked. I got to get my chicken in there. I want to do... Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the chicken up into little pieces and make this more of like a jambalaya. Do I have a... be like a keto jambalaya? I might put... I've got some basmati rice. So, once this is... we're going to jump out of keto just to make this a little bit more interesting. My basmati I like to toast. So we're going to throw just a little bit in there. I know I'm a bad person. I'm a bad man. Alright, so we've got some crushed red pepper that we're going to throw in there as well. We're going to let that basmati get all happy with the garlic and the onion, so that's what it looks like right now. Just in case you're wondering. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that, just so it cooks. Alright, so we're making kind of almost like a roux consistency, but without the flour, obviously. So we're going to throw the rest of the veggies in there as well as probably another quarter stick of butter, just because we can, folks. Come on. Come on. Now this is already cooked, so what's going to happen is I'm going to separate, as you can see, I'm separating that shrimp and grit action from the rest of the veg, and I'm going to throw this in there so that the moisture from this can kind of cook out, and we can get that absorbed into the rice. Now, it's not like a super absorbent rice, and I want it kind of al dente. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's cooking down nicely. Let me get my smartphone. Want to make sure you stir often, especially when you put rice into a hot pot. We've got a couple things going on here. It's a high heat, high temperature situation, and we've got some stuff cooking in there. That's super nice. Don't forget your S&P. Salt and pepper is always crucial when you're doing a reheat and a recook, especially since a lot of these like delivery places, if you get like full meals delivered, a lot of them don't season it to taste so that you can do it yourself. Don't go to work without salt and pepper in like one of these things and be like, oh no, it's gonna be fine, it's a ready-made meal, because they're gonna like not know that, by the way, it's not as ready-made as you think. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to this, just so that it has an opportunity to cook down without me having to watch it as much. We probably put like a cup of rice in here, so that's gonna get happy. Don't let me forget to check on that. All right, so we're gonna work with this mess. Okay, so that's not gonna work. We gotta use our hands, folks. Oh, gross. All right, so that's that mess. Do that first. I'm gonna cook the chicken so it has time to marinate, because this is going to, we're gonna drop the chicken right into this, you know, just because we can. All right, so we're gonna go little tiny pieces. All right. We're gonna make little tiny chicken cubes and throw it right in the rice, because the chicken will need about 10 minutes, as will the rice. When the chicken's little tiny like this, it's going to cook much faster, because it needs to get to a certain internal temperature, and if you don't have far to go from the outside in, it gets to that internal temp much quicker. So we're just gonna slice this long ways first. So, nice and tiny pieces getting in there like swimwear, that's what they say. Alright, so that's nice and happy. Get the hands a quick dust off. We're gonna S&P this just real quick. Not both sides, obviously, it's just pieces. But I want to make sure that this is happy. And it's going in with this menagerie. This is a chicken situation, folks. Get in there. Alright, so the chicken is in. Now, typically, and a lot of times, we're going to make sure that everything is cooked all the way through, just like right now. So, what we're going to do is give this a nice stir to get that all mixed and happy. So what we just have to do is make sure that everything that's in here gets up to the appropriate internal temp, which shouldn't take long. But what we're gonna do to make it so is we've actually got some veggie broth, and we're gonna kick that into there to really make that fun. Man, when we reduce that down, the chicken will be done. So we just put in about a cup of vegetable broth. When we reduce that down, the chicken will be done. No cross-contamination. So, I don't know if you guys know, But to be certified food handler, like I am, you need to be ready for anything, which includes having your whole space contaminated. So I know where the chicken touched, and I'm about to prepare food right next to it. So always make sure, especially if you've got some downtime, where you know that things need to be cooked. Don't think I didn't forget about this knife. Now, the fun of cooking is taking something that maybe wasn't originally going to be as awesome and making it super awesome. Like today, we're cooking this broth down. We're gonna make sure that it has all the happy ingredients. That rice is gonna soak most of this stuff in while the chicken cooks. I should probably turn the sink off since I'm not using it anymore. Pardon me. Allergy season as it is. I'll wash my hands again after that. Alright, so cooking down nicely. We're going to make sure that that pot gets in there. So now what we have here is a beautiful broth and chicken situation pulling together nicely with all that rice. So what we can do now is use our whole space, and we're just going to sort of chop through this. I want the shrimp to get a little smaller, and these grits are going to go right in that broth as it cooks down a little bit more, because I want the whole dish to infuse with the same flavors. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw half a stick of butter into this whole situation to make it a little bit more happy. It's not a half stick. It's about 3 tablespoons. So, I don't know. What is it? Yeah, there's about 8 tablespoons in the whole thing. It's about this many. So we're going to give it a little snippety-dippity so that it's not just a big fat stick of butter. I know, you're like, but Drew, how do you keep that amazing physique eating all this fat? That's why we got the shirt. Alright. Scoop and scoop, scoop. Alright, so that's going to get more happy now that it's got some amazing stuff in it. And when this all stops and it's fully cooked down, we're going to bring the heat up just a little bit to start reducing that. Right now, the only thing that's been happening to reduce this mixture is the rice has been soaking stuff up. So now we want it to cook a little bit more just so that the chicken situation happens. And then we're going to put this in. Just sort of a last like flash, bring it up to temp. It's going to be super nice. I saved a pat de butter. Look at that. Add it to my other 15 sticks of butter that I have in there because I have an issue. And ooh, that would be interesting. Can we throw these in there? So we've got a vinaigrette. And I've got some cumin seeds. I'm wondering if that'll offset. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Yeah, why not? We're going to throw the cumin seeds on here. Give it a nice little chop. Get those infused all the way down in the into the midst of everything. Perfect. Alright. Okay. That is nice. Alright, so now, to get this last bit, look at that. Isn't that happy? Oh, you can't even see the big screen. Look at that. Look at how delicious that looks. All that creamy goodness from the butter is coming in. Now, we're just going to add these guys. That grit is going to soak up all that yummy goodness. Yum. Alright. So the grits are attacking that butter, that sauce, that rice, and this is just all coming together to make one big happy family here. Oh yeah. So this is definitely a bowl-served dish. Getting everything perfect and yummy. We've got a little bit of a cilantro vinaigrette that I think I'm going to do on top. Sprinkle it with some cotija cheese, which, to be honest, is pulling in all the flavors from the other dish that I was making that is not part of this new thing. So don't abandon your pantry if you get a meal delivery service, folks. You gotta be able to make it taste good, and you'll get bored, and you'll hate yourself, and you'll hate the food product that you get, even though they might be delivering you nice, wholesome, organic ingredients. You don't want to be like, no, these guys are not for me because their food is garbage. It might be great food, it just might not have the right flavors. You can always fix it. Now, make sure that your rice isn't sticking to the bottom. You're making everybody happy. Food's getting happy, getting right, getting those flavors to all mix together. Beautiful smells coming out of this. Just, oh, it looks so good, you guys. Now, am I happy that I had to use rice to make it work? No, I'm not. But it's going to work better with rice. It's just the way it is. You know, the butter's there. It's going to be a deliciously rich dish. Rich dish? It's going to be a rich dish, folks. A rich dish like you've never seen before. A rich dish. So, if you're just tuning in now, we're cooking with hashtag. That's me. I'm Drew, as you are on my page right now. Welcome. And thank you for coming. Wherever you are, thank you for being here. I know we have a lot of fans in the sort of India, Malaysia. Shout out to you guys for being my biggest fans. I know we had a lot of you guys come in from... A lot of my Malaysian people are here now because we did a Malaysian dish on episode 1. That's kind of cool. So that's reducing down nicely. I know we're gonna finish in right around 30 minutes on this dish, but I think I'm getting near that sort of plating. I actually don't have any delightful white bowls. Usually I play with the white bowls, or the white dishes. We've got a white interior, so at least that's going to play a little bit. I want this to reduce just a bit more. It's doing well to sort of push all the liquid to the top, and I want to make sure that the rice isn't burning, it's sticking to the bottom. So you gotta always make sure you monitor and scrub. Especially with some of that rice, you get really, really nice flavors by bringing it. So, oh, you guys, look at that. How amazing does that look? All right. So we're going to start plating this because I'm going to let the rest just sort of soak in overnight. Oh, look at that steam. That's so nice. Beautiful dish. I don't want any of those bastard vegetables that I couldn't identify. So we're going to go for mostly chicken. Oh, got one of them. Some of the scramps. And obviously a healthy portion of rice for those of you out there that are making sure that I'm getting my calories. They're there, guys. They're there. Alright, so now we've got a little bit of this guy. We'll bring you in right on top. Alright. So, this is our plating time. I don't even know where you're looking. I can barely see it. Alright. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to give a little stabby stab to our vinaigrette. And make sort of like a hair incision into the corner so that only the littlest bit comes out. So we're going to do just a little bit of an overlay. Make sure that that's like mixed up if you have it in like a bag situation like this. And then I cut just the corner off. So we're going to do just that little bit. Because it's hot. So it's going to be a situation. Alright, so now we've got this CwH cheese, which is this fun sort of like Parmesan-y looking deal. There we go. Just need a little bit on the top. Beautiful. I think that's great. Now, if I was a smart man, I'd have a phone. There it is. Alright. So, here we go. We're getting the gram. You guys got first dibs on it. I'm going to bring it over here. Nice. And another. Alright. So, there you have it. Chicken situation brought to you by Cooking with Hashtag. This is a nice little short little stream. 30 minutes up and down. We repurposed whatever that was that we were delivered into a chicken and shrimp and grit and basmati. You know, I should probably taste it before I give any recommendations. Got a lot of flavors. A lot of things working here. I already took the pictures, so we can ruin the dish for the gram. Alright, let's get in here. That's really, really hot. Burn in my mouth. Oh, wow. Alright, so. Wow, that's great. Chicken, perfect. Shrimp is nice. We have that great garlic flavor. Really nicely cooked onions. Give it that sort of subtle underlay of flavor. Absolutely crushed it. That was not a spinach. It was like a collard green. It was very good though. We got in enough of the other flavors with the cotija, which I'm going to add a little bit more because it's not the gram. You can see that. That's how that's supposed to look. But yeah, all the flavors are working here. Cotija is a very like specifically flavored cheese, so it's got a really specific flavor to it. Adding that cilantro vinaigrette at the end really made this sort of a cohesive, kind of happy dish. The chicken's cooked perfectly. We left it in there for just the right amount of time. Alright, we crushed it. And because of the fact that we repurposed it and added, we had 2 small chicken breasts, we had 2 small breasts, we had like 4 shrimp, a cup of rice, a side order of grits, a side order of collard greens, and some type of squash situation. I don't know, it had seeds. I'll read about it later. Or one of you might say, hey, by the way. Anyway, elevated to the max. That was super duper good. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a nice half episode. Episode 2, we couldn't even make it through a full hour. No, we just had a lot less prep. All we had to do was cut onions. It was a really, really simple dish. Everything else sort of came already prepackaged. The rest had to just be heat, added to some heat. We added a little bit of spice with that crushed red pepper. Salt and pepper, definitely necessary to taste. I don't know why they don't do that with some of these meals that get delivered. But alas, we had a very, very simple delivery dish. We added like 4 things and made this like awesome jambalaya-y thing. Now, it's like the Spanish chicken with rice flavor happening going on. That cumin seed knocks it out of the park. Honestly, the grits and the shrimp and grits is now just thickener. I have a little bit of mouthfeel from the grit, but very little flavor. Everything that we put in it overwhelmed whatever was in the usually under-seasoned delivery meal. Now, I've already gone through a few meals from these delivery guys. I got it for a reason. I'm trying it out. I'm not impressed. However, for the price and the content, the fact that I'm getting a lunch and a dinner every day, I'm okay with it. I will report back. As you can see, we've got everything we're supposed to from a clothing perspective. But anyway, like and follow. I don't think you can subscribe to me yet, but we're working on that. We've just got to get like 100,000 more views. We're getting like 40,000 a show, so I just got to do a couple more shows. That's really all that matters. Yeah, so we made this awesome dish, got the chicken situation figured out. As I said before, we came in, we had some chicken, and we had this other thing, and I fixed it. So I'm just glad that all of you came to hang out today. Really, really enjoyed myself. I'm really liking this sort of Facebook streaming thing. Like, people are popping in, saying hi. Don't forget, if you came in and didn't say hi, I know you came in, because it pops up on my notifications. But even if you want to be a lurker, because those of you do exist on the internet as the lurkers, it's cool. Comment after the fact. Send me a DM. Private message me. Say, I loved your show and want to give you millions of dollars. Or don't. Either way, we're going to keep coming at you. Hopefully at least once a week. I'm getting meals delivered all the time now. And I'm going to try and do like a thing where we repurpose them or take them apart and put them back together and add some things and make it a little bit more interesting, because the things I got are bad. I mean, it's a great service and it's fresh, organic food, which I very much support. There is obviously, all you need to do is take the film off and throw it into the microwave, heat it up for 2 minutes, but that's just lazy cooking. And I thought it would be interesting just to see if it was something that had the same sort of effect as when I did it myself, and it doesn't. This is what you get when you do it yourself. If you go back and rewatch this from the beginning and see what I started with, oh boy. Now, that is amazing. It was not amazing when I started. I had to take it apart and do a million different things with it. But what I have now is great. And now this dish, because it's buttery, I mean, you guys, oh my god. This has been off heat. Just letting it marinate. This is so good. Here, look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how good that is. You know how amazing that is? Oh man. So this is what we're left with. Goodness. Let's up that a little bit more. That's exactly what you want to see. That's the food porn right there that everybody came for. But yeah, really, really good stuff. If you need a recipe, it doesn't exist. Because I apologize. These are off the cuff. All you need to know is that you can make something great out of something that's not as great as you might want it to be with just a few simple ingredients. And that's cooking with hashtag. Always fun, always fresh, usually an hour, but we did get prepped, cooked, and eating in under an hour, which is what we like to do. Fast, simple, fresh, healthy. Keeping you fit. Maybe kind of fit, kind of fat. I'm okay with either one. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you next time right here on Facebook.com/Drew.Crowder. Like me on Twitter if you want. I guess that's a follow. Like me on Instagram. Probably also a follow. You can find me. It's all the @Drew Crowders. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. See you next time.